Good morning, everyone. On this Tuesday of the 15th week in Ordinary Time, it's also St. Henry, one of the memorials for the memorial for today. So our good friends over in Gresham at St. Henry, blessings from St. Henry. We're continuing our reading in the book of Exodus. We're in chapter 2 now today, and we're in verses 1 through 15a. A certain man of the house of Levi married a Levite woman who conceived and bore a son. Seeing that he was a goodly child, she hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took a papyrus basket, daubed it with bitumen and pitch, and putting the child in it, placed it among the reeds on the river bank. His sister stationed herself at a distance to find out what would happen to him. Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river to bathe, while her maids walked along the river bank. Noticing the basket among the reeds, she sent her handmaid to fetch it. On opening it, she looked, and lo, there was a baby boy crying. She was moved with pity for him, and said, "It is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister asked the Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call one of the Hebrew women to nurse the child for you?" "Yes, do so," she answered. So the maiden went and called the child's own mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child and nurse it for me, and I will repay you." The woman therefore took the child and nursed it. And when the child grew, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, who adopted him as her son and called him Moses. For she said, "I drew him out of the water." On one occasion after Moses had grown up, when he visited his kinsmen and witnessed their forced labor, he saw an Egyptian striking a Hebrew, one of his own kinsmen. Looking about and seeing no one, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. The next day he went out again, and now 2 Hebrews were fighting. So he asked the culprit, "Why are you striking your fellow Hebrew?" But the culprit replied, "Who has appointed you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses became afraid and thought, "The affair must certainly be known." Pharaoh too heard of the affair and sought to put him to death. But Moses fled from him and stayed in the land of Midian. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. As I mentioned for yesterday's reading, when we started the book of Exodus, that there is this promise behind the scenes. When we're reading through this, we're always going back to the very beginning point, this promise that God made with Abraham, that he would make his seed very numerous, and that there would be a special blessing through this seed, that there would be a blessing that would be for all peoples. But there is always going to be this sort of, as time goes by, the wanting to destroy this seed. And so there was this mandate to kill all the male children, babies, kill them all, and thus destroy the very nation itself. There would no longer be this nation of Israel. But we have this providence of God working through this Pharaoh's daughter in saving one of them, and his name is Moses. Now, God works with us even when we're not exactly the way we should be. And we see this in the life of Moses, when as he grows up, having all the benefits of being in Pharaoh's house, having all the education, all the things that would really be very beneficial. Yet when he saw how one of his own, one of the Hebrews, being struck by a taskmaster, he kills him. This is a despicable act. I would say that for most of us, we would count him out. You've gone way too far. You're outside the realm. But God works with him. Yes, he has to flee for his life and he goes to the land of Midian, but God still works with him. The mercy of God still is after him. And obviously, he's repentant in this process because he leads the children of Israel, as we all know, out of the land of captivity. But it's worth noting, even with all that was given to him, he failed. Yet God didn't fail him. And when he was open before the God and repentant, God allows his work to continue to work inside him. It's a great benefit for us, great comfort, I would say. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we see each other soon. Bye for now.